Hey guys, do you ever get that feeling that you are just over the big city living, but still don't want to miss out on all the amenities? Well, today we are diving into the spot that is just perfect for you guys, and that is Franklin, Kentucky. Now, before we just picture banjos and farmers and all that mess, Franklin has got a whole vibe on its own, y'all. It's got this small town thing where people actually know your neighbors and that kind of thing, but it's also pretty close to Nashville as well as Bowling Green to snag up any of the big city action that you need. But today, let's be real and spill the tea on the top pros and cons of calling Franklin, Kentucky your home. Hey, what's up, y'all? So welcome to the channel. My name is Adam Haynes. I'm a local realtor here in South Central Kentucky as well as Middle Tennessee, and today we are checking out one of my all-time favorite small towns, and that is Franklin, Kentucky, guys. So Franklin is kind of tucked away right on the border of Tennessee, right between Portland, Tennessee and Bowling Green, Kentucky, and it has a population of about 10,000 residents in the city and only about 20,000 for the entire county. But it's got this cool little downtown area and people seem genuinely happy there, guys. Actually, my cousin lives right in the historic district of downtown Franklin, and I love getting to drive through the area, hang out there as well, and it is a really good time, even if she is a big pain in my butt, but luckily her kids are cool, so we're all right. Got it. Plus, it is like a hop, skip, and a jump to Nashville. It's I'd say about 45 minutes from Nashville and about 20 minutes to Bowling Green. So the location is absolutely incredible, guys. But Franklin really does have some pretty quirky things only the locals know about until now. Yeah, things like Spray Paint Road, which is a pretty bizarre 1.5 mile stretch of road surrounded by farmland on Coomer Road, where people have been spray painting fun messages as well as not so fun messages since the 80s, and no one really seems to know why or how it started, but it is kind of cool. Another oddball attraction in Franklin is Fork in the Road, which is a nearly 700-pound fork that was made by a group of high school students, then placed it right on Olds Road, and it really has become a bit of a tourist attraction lately, so it's kind of wild. Not only does it have its own Facebook page, but someone created a Mario-style game about it, so it's kind of crazy. It's kind of cool, but let's not get ahead of ourselves or anything. Moving anywhere is a big deal, guys, so every place has its ups and downs. That's why today we're going to chat about the real deal, the good, the bad, maybe not so bad, but definitely worth knowing stuff about living in Franklin, Kentucky. So I think it's really important to understand everything about it. So we're going to do a casual deep dive of the town and see if it's the right fit for you. All right, y'all, so let's kick things off with the heart and soul of Franklin and its incredible small town charm and the community, guys. And this isn't just some postcard picture or anything. It's the real deal. It really is nice down here. You're on Main Street walking, people waving, saying, just chatting up a conversation with you, people open their doors for you, all that stuff. That makes a difference, guys. You have community involvement. It's really important and it's really good here, y'all. And it makes you feel at home, even if you just moved here. It's really cool. But throughout the year, Franklin is buzzing with community events. They have the classic festivals all over the town. They have the summer concert series. They have a fall festival, pumpkin carvings, hay rides, all that stuff. They have a really nice Christmas parade as well that's really cool. And these aren't just the things they do. They're opportunities to connect with your neighbors. You can celebrate local traditions and that kind of thing. It really helps you start to feel like you truly belong, and also more than anything makes you feel like you're a community and you get to know these people and you get to live life with these people, and it's really just a place that you're setting your roots, and I think that's really important here. You'll also find that people in Franklin tend to support the local businesses quite a bit. There's a real appreciation for the unique shops they have here, local restaurants and services that make the town special. Folks often choose to spend their money locally instead of with the chain restaurants and chain businesses and that kind of thing, which further strengthen the community, and it just helps small businesses thrive, and I think that's really important. But that leads me into talking about my favorite thing on the beautiful planet, next to my wife and kids, obviously, and that's my food, baby.
Why aren't you on a diet?
Because I like to eat.
So Franklin pretty much has every fast food joint imaginable, except for like Chick-fil-A or something like that, which it does kind of make me sad, but we we just deal with it and we just move on and hope they come at some point, or we just go up to Bowling Green and, you know, it's not that far. But if you are looking for a chain restaurant, you are looking at the wrong area, guys, where pretty much the only restaurant that's a chain restaurant here is Cracker Barrel, and it's been there forever. But luckily, you're right down the road from Bowling Green, where it does have pretty much everything you want. But don't worry, that doesn't mean they don't have anything to go eat. They absolutely do. They have some incredible local restaurants that you will absolutely love, guys. But let's talk about a couple of my favorites. First off, let's talk about Colorado Grill, which basically is a steak restaurant but has a little bit of everything from salads to sandwiches. And I gotta say, they have a pretty mean catfish down here as well. And my family, they get together quite a bit down here, and we have our family get-togethers and all that stuff because they have a big private room, and it's also super good food, and it's pretty affordable too. So it's a really great place, and we just love it. It has a great environment. It's just absolutely one of my favorite places to go. Another newer place in the area is Rack House, which first glance, first time I drove by, I thought it was a barbecue joint, to be honest, but because it's just got like a rustic look to it and that kind of thing. But it's a super nice pizza place, and you're not talking about your average Domino's knockoff or anything like that. These are some seriously good, I wouldn't say gourmet, but they're really good pizzas, guys. So I've had it before, and it is really incredible. I really like it there. And if you're a pizza lover and you like different kinds of pizza and that kind of thing, definitely should check it out. Another awesome place that is right in the downtown area of Franklin, and that is Brickyard Cafe. Now, this is such a cool place, guys. It has a great vibe, fantastic food, and it's pretty awesome, guys. So you definitely should check that one out as well. But there are plenty more great places than Franklin, but if I keep on talking about it, I'm just going to get hungry and everything, and we don't want that. I already had my lunch, so we don't want that. So we're just going to keep on going, but promise you there are plenty of really good restaurants that are here in Franklin, and you will really love it. Any kind of food you want, they definitely have it. So don't worry about that. They absolutely have you covered. All right, guys, so before I get to the next one, I wanted to remind you that as much as I do like making these videos for you, I am a licensed realtor in the area. So if you are looking to move here in the next 6 months, 6 years, 6 weeks, doesn't matter, just give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I would be happy to help you out, absolutely. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for your weekly fix of information about the area. But let's get to the next one. All right, guys, so if you're someone who thrives on having a ton of different options for a night out, whether it be a nice bar, club, somewhere to listen to live music, or even just somewhere to hang out past your kids' bedtime, you might find Franklin a bit lacking in that department. I will say that the Mint Gaming Hall in Franklin is pretty great for a small town, where not only can you have fun on the gambling floor with over like 1,000 gambling machines, but they also are gaming machines, whatever they want to call them, but they also have like simulcast betting, so they do the horse races, they have all kinds of sporting events and that kind of thing, which is kind of cool. If you're looking to eat and drink, Oasis Sidebar is pretty cool, a little cocktail bar, which is pretty cool. They got Corner Cafe, which is a good little cafe. They have burger sandwiches, that kind of thing. Also, there's a new bar that just opened up down there. It's called Midnight Bourbon, and it's pretty awesome, y'all. It's really slick, absolutely. So it's about to open up, and it has like live music. It's just a really cool spot, guys. It's more of a higher end bar that you would see like at a Vegas casino, that kind of thing. And apparently you're going to have a 16:19 video wall, basically, I guess they're calling it, and it's kind of cool. So like I said, they're gonna have live music, I think every Friday and Saturday, and I mean they're gonna have like a lounge bar, all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. And if you want a 5-star treat, they have that as well at Iron Steakhouse, y'all. So now this isn't your regular Outback Steakhouse, guys. You gotta make a reservation here. You gotta expect to spend a little bit more as well, but the food and the entertainment there and the environment, more than anything, absolutely make it worth it if that's something that you're looking into. The one major negative I would say about the Mint is true for pretty much every casino throughout the US, and they do allow smoking inside. Okay, now it's not so bad you feel like you're going through a cloud of smoke or anything like that, like every time you went through a bar 20 years ago, but it definitely is annoying for someone like me who doesn't smoke. So if you're like me and you have kids, the quality of education is always top priority, and Franklin shines bright in that area, guys. So I have friends and family members who have kids in the Franklin schools and they love it. You'll often hear parents praising their school for their atmosphere, the academic programs, all that stuff. Also, the class sizes tend to be smaller than in larger districts, which is very important in my opinion. It just allows teachers to provide more like individualized attention to their students and that kind of thing, where I mean it's just really nice, guys, and it really does help students and that kind of thing, and it's pretty great. All right, so the extracurricular activities offered in Franklin schools are also a major plus. So whether your kid is interested in sports, music, drama, art, any of that stuff, they have something for everybody. So they'll likely find something that sparks their interest, and I think that's really important. Now, I prefer sports activity personally, but any type of activity that shows them hard work and good work ethic is good for the kids' advancement. Like I have two kids that are very much into sports, and another is very dedicated to her other arts like music and art and writing and that kind of thing, and I think it's great for all of them. But when it comes to this type of thing, Franklin Simpson does a fantastic job. It really goes above and beyond for being such a smaller town. Absolutely. I gotta say, by taking a look at their football field alone, you will see how much the school and community care about this stuff. Hello, Varsity Blues, y'all. Go 19! Go 19! Go! As far as the arts, they definitely take that seriously as well. Now, they have a fantastic traditional art program, which, if you remember, I was just talking about, they are the ones that created the Fork in the Road. The school just opened a 14,000 square foot performance art center, and that is for the band, the choir, as well as the orchestra programs, which everyone is very excited about. All right. But let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the high school on the main road. Yeah, Franklin Simpson School is located in a fairly busy road close to the downtown area that a lot of people complain about. This is something that I've always thought about. It would be like just a big pain, especially during drop-off and pickup times. However, it's important to put this into perspective. While the location isn't perhaps the ideal area you might find in some larger suburban areas, the school itself is still a vital part of the community and provides a quality education for its students. Well, I think that's more important than anything. The district and the town are aware of the location and have implemented measures to address the traffic flow and safety, such as like designated crosswalks and traffic signals and that kind of thing. And I can't remember the last time I've ever heard of any kind of like close call or anything happened down there. So it's just something that you got to deal with. All right, so let's talk about making a living in Franklin. Now, as we've mentioned before, it's conveniently located near Nashville and Bowling Green, which definitely broadens your job horizons if you're willing to commute. But if you're hoping to find your dream job right within the city limits, you might run into some limitations. The local economy in Franklin and the surrounding Simpson County area tends to be more heavily focused on like specific industries, primarily like manufacturing and agriculture. Now, this can be a significant drawback for those who are looking for a diverse range of job opportunities without having to factor in daily commute to Nashville or Bowling Green. And it's just, you're not going to find it very much. I mean, there are definitely some jobs that are not just in those two fields, but just it's a smaller town, guys, so you're not going to get it. But I mean, as long as you are okay with driving a little bit away, you're still in a really good position. So if you're considering a move to Franklin, it's crucial to really research the local job market within your specific field. Take a close look at the type of companies and job opportunities that are actually located in Franklin. You might find opportunities that fit your skills, but you just might need to get prepared. The possibility you might have to take a drive every day to Nashville or to Bowling Green or something like that. And I mean, like I said, Bowling Green is only 20 minutes away. You might get a little bit of traffic. That's not too bad. Nashville, on the other hand, yes, it's 45 minutes away, but you should expect I'd say between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning and probably 3:30 to 6 o'clock in the evening, you're going to be at least, you should tack on another 20 minutes there. So, I mean, just keep that in mind too. All right, so next, let's talk about something that's on everyone's mind when considering a move. That's the cost of putting a roof over your head. And so in this department, Franklin really shines, y'all. Absolutely. Especially when you stack it up against the housing prices you'll find just a short drive south across the border into Tennessee. And to be honest, most of my clients who buy a home in Franklin actually work in Tennessee, but they wanted to find a better home for a better price in a great town. And that's what they do quite a bit. And if you've ever looked at real estate in Middle Tennessee, especially in areas like White House, Portland, Hendersonville, Gallatin, any of those areas that are, within like 20, 30 minutes from Franklin, you would be shocked the difference in the prices, especially if you are looking for something with a little bit of land. It is much easier to find in Franklin than a lot of those areas. Absolutely. Now, I will say home prices have gone up quite a bit over the past few years here, but it's still very affordable. And the type of home ranges are pretty great as well. If you're looking for a cheaper starter home, you probably won't get something as cheap as you will be like nearby towns like Russellville, Glasgow, or something like that. But you can absolutely find a decent starter home here for under $250,000. And actually, just a couple days ago, I got a really cute home under contract for under $200,000, y'all, right here in Franklin. But it's not just about the price. You can also find a good variety of housing styles in Franklin, guys. From charming older homes with some character to new construction in bigger development. And if you're looking for something a bit fancier, they have that for sure. So when you're choosing a place to live, feeling safe and secure in your community is absolutely essential. And in this regard, Franklin consistently earns high marks. The town is well regarded for having very low crime rate, making it a place where residents can generally feel comfortable and at ease. And I think that's really important. Compared to larger cities and even some other smaller towns, Franklin's crime statistics are very, very low. So this low crime rate contributes significantly to the overall quality of life in Franklin. So it creates a sense of peace of mind and allows residents to focus and enjoy the other positive aspects of their community. There are likely several factors that contribute to Franklin's low crime rate. The strong sense of community plays a significant role, as neighbors tend to look out for one another and are more likely to report suspicious activity, obviously. And like I say, just because you live in Mayberry doesn't mean you got a bunch of Barney Fifes walking around here either. The police department does take crime very seriously, and more than anything, they take prevention seriously. And that is the key to it, guys. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit about the cost of living down here, and it's looking good. So when you're looking into moving to an area, of course, you want to know what kind of town it is, but the first things you should find out is how affordable it is, of course. So first off, I know we've already talked about housing and how good the prices are here, and we won't go into that, but one thing we do need to talk about is your taxes, all right? So yes, we do have a state income tax of 4%, but they are actively working on reducing that, and I actually have heard the state is wanting to eventually get rid of it altogether, which I think that'd be great. And speaking of taxes, Social Security benefits are not taxed by the state. Kentucky does have a statewide sales tax of 6%, which is much lower than national average or even down the border of Tennessee. And property taxes are at 0.74%, which is not bad. But as far as Franklin goes, it does have lower cost of living than its national average by a decent amount, absolutely. But it is a little bit higher than smaller surrounding towns like Scottsville, Glasgow, Auburn, those kind of areas. But you also kind of get what you pay for. So it is being right on the border of Tennessee. The difference between Franklin and places in Tennessee like White House and Portland, which are only about 30 minutes away, is astounding, y'all. Also, it is pretty close to Nashville, as well as other bigger towns in Tennessee that have good job markets. And Franklin does have a fantastic school system and a decent amount of amenities that is very appealing to a lot of people. And because of this, even though cost of living is a little bit higher in Franklin than other towns in the South Central Kentucky area, I still feel like it's a great place to live, and especially if you're budget conscious. So just keep that in mind. All right, guys, so there you have it. Ultimately, whether Franklin is the right spot for you just comes down to what you're looking for in a place to call home. It's all about finding that sweet spot that fits your lifestyle and your priorities, of course. So, what do you think? Does Franklin, Kentucky sound like a place that you can see yourself living? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, or better yet, just if you have any kind of questions or anything like that, and if you're looking to move here next 6 months, 6 years, anything like that, just give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for your weekly fix of information about the area. But again, guys, thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later.